Saturday, those Louisiana voters will get a chance to decide some important issues that could change our state constitution. The December 7th election includes 4 amendments voters could pass. The first deals with judicial oversight, and while some say it would speed the process, others say it might inject politics into the Louisiana judiciary. We spoke to Stephen Procopio of Parr, Louisiana, about how it would expand the Judiciary Commission.
This would add an additional 5 members, so to bring it from 9 to 14, you'd have 2 that are appointed by the House, 2 that are appointed by the Senate, and 1 by the governor. And the idea behind it, it's going to maybe open up the process more and let some people that are not part of the legal profession in.
The amendment also would allow the Supreme Court to spark an investigation that deals with judges and courts. Amendment 2, meanwhile, requires lawmakers in the State House to get 48 hours to study financial amendments once they get the summaries prior to voting on them.
So this would give them time to think about it, which I think we all would like to see. On the other hand, they have a lot of stuff they have to get done. This could end up pushing the session past the limit, one particular thought is they need to manage these during their own time.
Now, there are 2 more amendments voters will be deciding, including one that also deals with the legislature and financial issues. The other has to do with property taxes. We'll break those down in our 6 a.m. hour of First News. And Saturday, Louisiana voters will get a chance to decide some very important issues that will possibly change our state constitution, those 4 amendments that could pass. In our 5 a.m. hour, we told you about Amendments 1 and 2. Now, Amendment 3 goes to the heart of money decisions made by state lawmakers. As Stephen Procopio of Parr, Louisiana explains, it would allow the governor to extend the session by up to 6 days to pass a budget bill.
In sort of 3-day sets. So you could extend it for 2 days, then another 2 days, then another 2 days, and then that's it. They can only handle budget bills. So you can't just put a bunch of other bills in there that's only there for handling bills. Especially given if maybe amendment number 2 passes and you have this extra 48-hour period, they may need some extra time to get things done, or they just don't want to feel pressured into having to vote something at the last minute. So they have this in this back pocket. And also it might be an alternative to a special session. If they don't pass a budget bill, they might have to come up in a special session, and that could take a lot longer than 6 days because you'd have to start the process all over again.
Now, although this amendment seems to pair with Amendment 2, dealing with the same similar financial considerations at the State House, there's no requirement that both pass in order to take effect. The final amendment would change how people with overdue property taxes are treated legally. Instead of a lien that could take away someone's property, this would mean a tax sale could only be for the debt owed.
But the core issue is that you're essentially someone's trying to buy the debt, kind of like a mortgage. Like these people that own mortgages, you have more, but that gets sold in multiple times. But if someone doesn't pay that off, like I own a debt on your property, you haven't paid me off in 3 years, I can force your house into foreclosure. So now your property gets sold. I don't necessarily end up buying it, but when that house gets sold, I'm the first person to get my money plus penalties and interest back. But if there's any money left over after the sale, you will get that money. And that's a key difference in what happens in the current system.
Because this is anticipated to be a much lower turnout election than November's, votes can matter more since they will carry more weight proportionally compared to the total number of votes. Now, any of these amendments will become part of the Constitution if they get over 50% of the vote total.